Dun, 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 dun. I am using a Futaba 4PX radio. Now, this has great programmability. I'm able to do dual ESCs or electronic speed controls, which I have in here, 2 of them, both from Tekin. They're both the new Element Proof RX4s that's powering individual motors on each axle. That's what MOA stands for, is motor on axle. So I've got a brushed 30 back here, a brushed 30 turn motor, as well as one up here, and each ESC is controlling the speed of each motor on that axle. The motor is attached to the actual transmission on the axle itself, and thus really eliminating the need for a center transmission and or drive shafts from each axle. I'm sure in the future, as things progress, you know, it's 2017 right now, electric cars are just coming out. I'm sure we're going to see eventually an off-roader that is completely electric, right? Because it offers a lot in removing hang-ups on hard spots where there's rocks jutting out and logs and all that stuff. And I know I'm probably like hoping for things in the future. Maybe it will never happen, but if it can happen in 1/10 scale, why can't it happen in full scale? Now let's cover some things that I've already covered before, but no problem. They're on this radio itself, and including other radios, you're able to program 4-wheel steering. Now that means this axle back here has a steering servo on it. Plus, this axle up here is identical to that servo back there. It's just facing outwards. So this has a steering servo on it. That means that I'm able to do a 4-position programming on my radio to allow me to have 4 different types of steering. You can see all-wheel steering there. Push the button. Crab crawl, because crabs scuttle from side to side, if you've ever seen them. And of course on the bottom, if I push it one more time, it'll give me just rear steer. Back to the beginning. And I have my front steer back. Everything is back to normal. The other thing that I've covered before that I want to cover with you today, just in case, is that I have, because each motor is powered individually by those electronic speed controls, that I'm actually able to lock out different axles. So if I wanted to have the back axle locked out for sure, it would help create a, oh, look at that. Wrong programming, my bad. Look at that. Back axle locked out, which allows me to pivot around a gate, and a gate of course being an obstacle in a trail crawling course or a rock crawling course. You can see by very slowly either moving my back tires or locking them completely out that I can create a pivot point very easily. Now if I didn't have that, if I don't have it on full lockout, I've got this overdriven just a little bit. If I didn't have that and I just go back to regular steering, oh, there we go. That my circumference, my steering area is actually very large. So let me back up here. I'm gonna try to do a tight corner, and I'm off camera, coming back quickly, but I'm way over here. That doesn't work, so I wanna have a pivot point on those selectable axles. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have the front ones driven. And then of course, if I wanted to get around this obstacle, I touched it, I would have failed right there. Fail. There we go. That I could actually do a very close pivot. So I don't have these completely locked out, as you can see, but that's okay for my needs. I could of course set it up on the radio that I could have it lock out, but I like it to roll just a little bit to give me some traction, especially when I'm going at speed.